Hi, everybody. It is Monday, and I am back, ready to teach another week. Hope everybody is doing really well today. I am. I have my light green on today. I don't know if you can see it. And I even put some green eyeshadow on too because I felt springy. It's supposed to be really warm most of the week this week again. So we're creeping into April already. I mean, I can't believe it. It's April 6th. Gosh, where's the time going? So I'm ready for another full week. Lots of fun and things that I'm going to teach you and work with you. I just realized I forgot to put on my rings today. They're in the other room. I put on the rest of my jewelry, but forgot my rings. Oh well. So today's lesson. This is one that got a little close there. This is one that is actually good, another good thing for boys and girls to do when it comes to nonfiction text, because I have tried to teach you lots of different ways to review using like KWL charts, and I taught you framed writing, and I taught you trying to think off the top of my head other things I've gone through at this point. So you may think of them and I haven't, and I can't right now. But anyway, what I'm going to teach you right now is another fun thing that you can do, and that is an alpha box. And I also put alpha chart on here. I learned this when I was in college, learning how to be a reading teacher. So I hope that this is something that will stick with you and that you will be able to use on your own to help you review at home, and not especially in nonfiction text. You could use it with fiction too, but I like to do it with nonfiction with my boys and girls because, again, there's so much information that's thrown at you, and sometimes you just have to kind of organize it to make it prior knowledge in your brain. Make sure it sticks there. So now, you need paper and pencil. If you have a whiteboard today, that's great. You can do that too. But the text that I'm going to use today, and again, I'm not going to use it all because there will be so much information that is given to you. It is one of the Who Would Win books. And the Who Would Win books, I know boys and girls love these. They are so interesting when it comes to different animals and finding out what their adaptations and characteristics are so that they are able to survive and be as strong as they want to be. So this is the one that is Tarantula versus Scorpion. And it is by Jerry. These books, all of these books, again, I did not write anything that I'm using to teach with. These are books that you can rent from the library. Are out there for you to read today. So this is by Jerry Pallotta, illustrated by Rob Bolster. They're the ones that are doing the Who Would Win series. So I am going to just read part of this, some of the nonfiction texts that are in this book. Again, only focusing on a few things so that I can make sure that my brain is ready to truly learn and gather as much information as I can. So in these books, they go through all the body parts, maybe how the animal lives, just how the animal is able to fight off predators, things like that. So whenever I look at a nonfiction text, I always go through. And remember how I said I always look at all the graphic sources and text features first before I read. So I start with the scientific name of tarantula is Theraphosa blondi. Tarantula in Espanol. I love saying it in Spanish, tarantula. So a fact, most tarantulas are the size of your hand. That's pretty crazy. Definition, an arachnid is a class of arthropods that live on land. Spiders, mites, and ticks are all arachnids. And it says, wow, a fully grown Goliath bird eater tarantula is 12 inches across. 12 inches is 1 foot. So from side to side, I guess tip of leg to other tip of leg, it is a foot of cross. So they can be, this is about a foot, they can be up to this wide. Crazy. So now I'm ready to read. It says, meet the tarantula. There are almost 900 species of tarantula. In this book, we will feature the largest, the Goliath bird eater tarantula. Tarantulas are hairy spiders. Spiders have 4 pairs of legs. Spiders are in a group of invertebrates called arachnids. So an invertebrate is an animal that does not have a backbone. Its skeleton, if it has one, is going to be on the outside of its body where it kind of holds everything together instead of everything being held together on the inside of the body. So the scorpion scientific name is Laurus quinquestriatus. Well, quin means 5. So we'll have to see if we can find out information about that. So it says, careful, you do not want to get stung by a scorpion. Gonna hurt. Fact, the largest scorpion is the emperor scorpion, which is 8 inches long. So from tip to tip, so if we say a foot's about this long, it's maybe about this long from tip to tip. And the death stalker scorpion is only 3 inches long. So the smaller the animal doesn't mean that it is not as venomous. When I went to Australia, I told you all that I did last week. When I went to Australia, they talked about one of the jellyfish. They call them jellies in the water. And they have huge jellies. But one of the most potent, one of the most venomous to humans is only about this big. So it can kill a human within minutes. Very, very potent venom. So it says, meet the scorpion. There are more than 1,500 known species of scorpion. We will use the death stalker scorpion in our battle. Scorpions are also arachnids. So that means that they have 8 legs, just like a spider does. They have 2 claws and an extended tail. The scorpion has a stinger on the end of its tail. Next to the stinger is the telson, which is filled with poison. So it is the little poison bulb, I guess, right here. Okay, keeping reading a little more. The Tarantulas Burrow. So here is a place where these tarantulas are found. Any place that is in purple is where they're located. And then I have my definition down here. It says a burrow is a hole or tunnel in the ground dug by an animal for a place to live. Many tarantulas live in burrows. They usually dig their own tunnel and then leave a web at the entrance to stop intruders and water from coming in. Sometimes a tarantula will move into an abandoned burrow of a snake or a mouse. So sometimes they are like, nah, I'm not even going to bother building my own. There's one right here. A scorpion's burrow. So tarantulas also burrow. Scorpions do too. And here is the area that the scorpion is found. So it is found in the United States, but not in the area that I live. I live here in the Louisville, Kentucky area. So they are found from the Pacific Northwest to the south. And this tarantula is not found in the United States. It looks like it's pretty much only found in Mexico. It says, freezing cold fact, scorpions and tarantulas do not live in Antarctica. So they're found on all the other continents. Scorpions live under rocks, under branches, and just about anywhere they can safely hide. Most scorpions hide during the day and come out at night. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the anatomy of these animals. And the anatomy means the body makeup of the animal. So a tarantula anatomy, it says, all of these things are, so I see spinnerets, so I guess that's where they can spin a web, 8 legs, 8 eyes, 2 pedipalps, also called palps. They have fangs. A thorax is the middle, and then the abdomen is kind of the end of their body. So it says the word anatomy means parts of a plant or animal. Spinnerets make silk. We can understand spin because a spider will spin a web. A bonus fact, tarantulas have tiny claws at the end of their legs. I guess it allows them to grab on better. Did not know that. And spiders do not have wings. Insects have wings. Arachnids are not winged animals. So it says, notice the segmented body, which is divided into two parts. The legs come out of the front part, the thorax. The back part is the abdomen. It looks like tarantulas have 10 legs, but they don't. The two legs beside their mouths are called palps. They are like arms. They help the tarantula move their food around. So they kind of guide their food into their mouth. In the scorpion anatomy, it says, did you know arachnids do not have antennae either? So they don't have wings. They don't have antennae or antenna. Those are items that insects have. So a fun fact, scorpions have sensors on their feet that detect vibrations. Scorpions also have 2 claws on each foot. Scorpions do not have wings. And a glowing fact, scorpions glow under a black light because they reflect ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet, not violent, ultraviolet rays. Interesting. So their thorax has 7 segments. They have 5 segments on their tail. They have a telson and a stinger. Clawed feet, 8 legs, claw, mouth, eyes, head. So where a tarantula has 8 eyes, they only have, it looks like, 2 eyes. Well, maybe, wait a minute. Nope, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they have 8 too. They have 2 here in the middle and then 3 on each side. So scorpions have 2 eyes on the top of their thorax and 3 to 5 pairs of eyes on the side. The side eyes are called lateral eyes. Lateral means side. Just learned some information myself. Now we're going to read about the weapons, and that's as far as I'm going to go today. Tarantula weapons. The tarantula's mouth has quite a bite. It carries poison in its fangs. So here's our fangs and mouth in our bottom view. In fact, all tarantulas are predators. So is it possible they are prey also? Sure. But they are predators also on the food chain, which means that they hunt. Yikes, disgusting. Tarantulas throw up digestive juices onto their prey, I guess to help them eat. So our digestive juices are supposed to stay in our bellies unless we're sick and we throw up. Ew. But they bring, instead of us keeping it in and digesting on the inside, they spit it up, soften the food, and then eat it. Ew. Tarantulas rub their legs together against their hairy bodies and shoot hair at their attackers. This is called urticating. It is a nasty weapon that makes some animals cough and have trouble breathing. Ew. Scorpion weapons. Fact, scorpions are different colors depending on where they live. It's going to be a adaptation they've made for safety. Yikes, scorpions also throw up on their prey. So I wonder if that's a trait of an arachnid, if they both do it. KWL, what I want to know. Look it up. It says 2 claws that can bite, a stinger that can pierce. Its poison can paralyze a scorpion's victim. And the scorpion has 2 little pinchers in its mouth that they are able to grab with. So now that I shared you some interesting facts about tarantulas and scorpions based on the text from Jerry Pallotta, I am going to show you how that you can do this. Let me see if I can move and tilt it down. There we go. I'm going to show you how you can easily chart information to help you study. Oh, I also taught you side-by-side writing. So writing some facts about maybe the same topic. So writing about maybe we could write about the scorpion's body in one, maybe its habitat in another, and then make a connection to the two. So I taught you a way that you could do that. I think I did that with... I forget what it was that I did. Oh, all these lessons are starting to run together. But I did teach that to you. I remember that I did. So now what I am going to show you here, I have drawn, and I know I am a 3rd grade teacher, and in 3rd grade math, we become experts at drawing things that look like this, what are called arrays. And that has to do, and it helps us with drawing a visual of multiplication. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I drew a big rectangle here. And then I drew 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, I didn't measure them out. It's close. It's not perfect, but each of the boxes can easily hold some information. So I drew 5 lines to separate them. And then I drew 3 vertical lines to separate it vertically also. When I did that, I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 4 is 24 boxes. Now, if you speak English, which I'm willing to bet if you're watching this, you do speak English, you may realize that there are 26 letters in our English alphabet. Now, it's up to you. If you want to, instead of drawing a box, if you wanted to just write on a piece of paper every line, like A, B, C, D, E, all the way down 26 lines on your paper, like if you use line paper, it might be easiest, go for it. But if you want to draw the box here, chances are it's easier just to kind of double up the last 2 because there may not be a lot of words that would fall into those boxes. So let me show you how I label these. So I label them across A, B. You know what? I might actually grab another marker here if I can't get this to work. Let me see if I can grab another marker. Hang on. Did you see my shorts there? All right. Now, let me see if this works better. Ah, much better. Now you can see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. As you can see, I know my alphabet. N, oops, that's not a very good N. N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Now I'm going to put W and X in here, and then Y, and Z in the last box. So I have labeled my alpha box on my board now, and I'm going to go through. I always tell boys and girls, you need to focus on important words. We're just going to write single words in these boxes that hopefully when we would use this to study, it jogs our memory. Oh, yes. So this is, if I have this one specific word down, what was it that I read about that word? So that's what the point of this study technique is. Again, I learned this when I was getting my reading license. So hopefully it's something that you will appreciate also. So looking here, I see, I need to write down what it is that I was reading. That was tarantula and scorpion. So I'm going to find my T and I'm going to write tarantula. I'm going to write tarantula in the T box. In the S box, I'm going to write scorpion. Oh, scorpion. Not an A, it's an O. There we go, scorpion. So now I know that, one of the words that I found was arachnid. Both of these animals are arachnids. And I misspelled tarantula, so I had to put an extra A in it. So arachnid. If I need to know how to spell it, it's right here in my book. And I'm going to put arachnids there so I remember. Now, what is an arachnid? Well, an arachnid it's not a bug, it's not an insect. So I'm going to say an arachnid's an arachnid. It's an animal with 8 legs. So in the E, I'm going to put 8 legs. That hopefully jogs my memory for what an arachnid is. I'm going to go through here. Spiders are invertebrates. Some people pronounce it invertebrates, but I always pronounce it invertebrate. So I'm going to go to my I. Invert. Make sure I spell it correctly. Invert. Brace. So there's that. Be careful, I'm not used to doing this with a marker. Let's see. We know that both of these animals do have some venom. So I'm going to put that in V's. I learned that. I know that it said that tarantulas have some claws at the end of their legs. Scorpions have some claws too. So for C, I'm going to put claws. Now, the important thing that you need to remember by doing this, I always tell boys and girls, if you want to try to think of something that could go in every box, great. But don't get caught up putting something in every box. As you can see, the words I'm putting in these boxes are important words. I don't have the word the or in or of on this board. That doesn't help us at all here. My goal is not to put every single word that was in a text on a board. My goal is to write down the important informational words on the board. Do you see the difference? Hope you do. Let's see. Stinger. So scorpion, we know, has a stinger. That goes in my S. The stinger is the Teslin. Ooh, that is filled with poison. So for T, I could put down Teslin. Or I'm sorry, Telsin. Not Teslin, Telsin. I'll flip those two middle letters. Let's see, with poison. So we have venom here. The tarantula has venom. The scorpion has poison. So I learned venom is something where it's an actual bite. Poison is something that is injected from another place. So that's why snakes are not considered poisonous snakes. They are venomous snakes. Spiders are venomous. Scorpions are poisonous. So I'm going to put poison here. Hopefully that reminds me, having poison and venom, what is poison and what is venom? We learned about burrows. They both have burrows. We learned about tarantulas. They are able to spin webs. They may not necessarily use a web like another spider will, but they will usually protect an area with a web, their burrow with a web. So for W and X box, I'm going to add web. Let's see. So I am looking at anything else here. I think that kind of covers it. It said both of them live in burrows. So now I'm going to go to the anatomy. So we know that they have 8 legs. I also am 8 in 8. I'm going to put 8 eyes. Many of these animals have 8 eyes, it said. Let's see. Oh, tarantulas. They do have spinnerets. So for S, I'm going to write down spinnerets. That's how animals will spin. I already wrote down claws. It said that, let's see, scorpions glow. They have a tail. Both of them don't have tails, but they both have something called a thorax. So that's something here on thorax for T. That's a part of their body, of an arachnid's body. Do you notice that I'm thinking aloud as I do this too? I'm not just reading something and writing it down. I am actively thinking. I'm actively reviewing. I'm actively learning, helping me to put in information that's here in our text by Jerry Pallotta, putting it in here because you have new prior knowledge every single day if you learn something new. Okay, turning the page. Oh, we did learn the word anatomy. So I'm going to put that up there too. Anatomy is, it said, the physical makeup of animals or plants. And then we have their weapons. So it says that tarantulas are able to throw up digestive juice. Ew. So I'm going to put digestive juice here. Now, as you might say, well, wait a minute, that J is in the D, but do you see digestive juice is kind of one term that you can't really separate it because you may not remember it. So it's okay if in one of these, if because the first word starts with that D, you pair that second word with it. It could be thrown in that box. Both have, let's see, there's fangs on a tarantula. It says that they do something called the urticating, where they throw fur, the hairy bodies or their hair. So I'm going to write that down in my U. And even if I am not sure what that means, I have it down, and that's going to be a good reminder if I need to come back and study this. Oh, I don't remember what that means, but I'm going to go back and look it up. That's an important word that I should know here. So I write it down. Let's see. I have claws. I have my stinger. And then, pinchers. Scorpion has pinchers next to its mouth. And then it says that a scorpion has different colors and that they have, tarantulas too. It depends on, how big they are, how small they are. Those are going to be things called adaptations. So I'm going to put down adaptations. Even though the word adaptation wasn't something that I read in this book, it's something I know these animals have. So I'm going to write down adaptations. That's going to remind me, what are some adaptations that these animals have? All right. So that is an example. As you can see, every box isn't filled here, and maybe you could come up with something. Maybe you could come up with something and think of something different than what I have had here based on just a couple pages that we read together. Now, what I would love for you to do, I would love for you to do an alpha box on your own. Post it. Show me what you can do. If you do this on your own, it's going to help you remember that you can do it again in the future. So that is all that I have for today. I will see you again tomorrow. Keep reading at home. Keep working at home. You are doing a great job. The more that you keep working, the smarter that you're going to continue to be. You can do this. We all can do this together, right? I'm so proud of you. Thank you for watching. Remember, share this away. I want to help as many boys and girls as I can right now. And it will also be posted on my YouTube page. So until then, toodaloo poodles. See you tomorrow. Bye.